Here's another example of solving a quadratic equation. Okay, so remember, the first thing that we're looking to do is put this equation in standard form, right? So I will go ahead and subtract 12x from each side. I'll move everything to the left. So I'll subtract 12x from both sides here. I'll actually subtract 10 from both sides as well. Okay, and so again, these will add to 0 on this side, which was kind of our point. All right, we want to get this in standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, and so that adds to 0, so that's great. That's exactly what we want. Okay, over here we're just going to drop down this 8x squared. I'll get now a negative 2x, and then I'll get a negative 21 here. Okay, so at this point it's like, well, we're kind of looking for common factors here. Can't find any, right, for those three particular numbers. So now might be a good time to identify A, B, and C, right? So A equals 8, B equals negative 2, and C equals negative 21, okay? Okay, now we want to go ahead and make our X chart, right? So we're going to make our X chart here. All right, these two numbers have to multiply to A times C. So I have to multiply to 8 times negative 21. Okay, I don't even know what 21 times 8 is. All right, so let's figure that out first. I guess that'd be important. Okay, it looks like that's going to give us 168. Okay, so these two numbers have to multiply to 168. Okay, and then they actually have to add to our b value, which is negative 2. Okay, so I mean, let's at this point try to write out as many factors of 168 as we can. All right, so 168. All right, we'll maybe start by just dividing that by 2. So I guess that'd be maybe 2 and 84. Okay, maybe 4 and let's see. I guess that'd be 4 and 42. Should do the trick there. Let's just kind of see if we can keep going. Let's see if 168. Looks like 8 should go in there perfectly, right? So 8 times 21. Okay, let's see what else. I guess we can just start checking different things. Maybe 12. Let's see if 168 divided by 12. Let's see if that gives us any positive results. Okay, so 12 and 14. That looks like a good winner here, 12 and 14, right? Because if one of them is negative, if this one's negative, there we get negative 168, and we add them up, we get negative 2, right? So 12 and negative 14 are our lucky numbers here, right? Okay, so we can see that this is going to get a little bit more difficult. So again, I'm going to write out my numbers. I'm going to write out 12 and negative 14. I'll divide by my a value, which is 8, and then reduce my fractions. Right? And so on this particular one, I'll divide both the top and the bottom by 4. This one I can divide both the top and the bottom by 2. Okay? And so when I reduce my fractions here, I'll get 3 over 2, and here I'll get negative 7 over 4. Okay? And now I'm going to go ahead and do bottoms up, right? So this is going to give me 2x plus 3, and this will give me 4x minus 7, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and write my factors out and set those equal to 0. All right. And now I need to use that zero product property here, okay? So I'm going to set 2x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, and then I'll also set 4x minus 7 equal to 0. Okay, and I just have to now solve both equations. All right, so this one I'll subtract 3 from each side, and I'll get 2x equals negative 3. If I divide by 2, I'll get x equals negative 3 halves. So that's one of my solutions here. Okay, and my other one here, if I go ahead and add 7 to each side, I'll get 4x equals 7, right? And if I divide by 4 on each side, I'll get x equals 7 fourths. Okay, or 1 3/4. All right, I hope this extra example is helpful. Again, we'll have to be very patient with ourselves and working through these more challenging problems, but I know you guys can do it.